Hello everyone, this is the fifth episode of Conversation series. What series or movies did you grow up watching? I have series that I did watch a couple of times. What music artist did you grow up on listening to? Yes, there is a music artist that I used to listen frequently. Hello everyone, this is Mr.bean. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the fifth episode of Conversation series. In this episode, we're going to talk about four main areas. We're going to talk about movies or series that you grew up watching, and music artists or Nasheed Artist that you grew up watching, and what sport did you enjoy that you grew up on watching it. So let's start with the first part. Was there a movie that you grew up on watching while you were in Sweden and in your early age, like 3 years or 5 years or 6 years, that you so frequently used to enjoy, or sometimes even you started to copy and you started to do such action in the school? Or was there other series like that you also enjoy that you got addicted to as well? And was there other series, so many series that you enjoyed watching? What, as well as movies, did you watch movies at the cinema? And was there like movies that you would watch frequently and you would repeat them on watching it? Maybe not fully, depends on how long it is, or even you watch some part of it and then you repeat the beginning part or on that. Or is there like specific song that you even like to sing? So that's the first part would be. So I would like to know what's your opinion on that. Yes, Mr. Before, I'm very happy to see you once again. I'm glad to see you once again in the fifth meeting that we have. So yes, I have series that I did watch a couple of times, and one of them that I grew up mostly, and in my ages, I don't know what age exactly, but I feel like it's maybe about 6 years, in 2014 or in 2000, maybe 16, somewhere there. It is Mr.bean. I watched both the cartoon version and the actual version of him. So I watched a couple of episodes, and one of the episodes that I enjoy mostly is when he's in the school. The first episode of him in the school, and one of the episodes that when he was in the dentist. When he wants to go to the dentist and how he changed while driving in the car. And some of them, and also one of them that I also enjoyed is when he went to the hotel, and another episode when he when he attended a judo class. Like when it was his turn, there's funny things that happened to me, and even some of these funny things, I even started to copy him. And also another episode that even really enjoyed me is as well. Two of them is that when he went to the swimming pool, when he also went to the barber shop. He became like the barber who cuts the person's hair. When the barber he himself was busy having a call. So that was like the number one that I grew up with, and it used to be an idol. Like Mr.bean used to be an idol. I even used to imitate him and copy him what some of the things that he used to do. And that's when like my parents said like they banned me from watching watching Mr.bean, the actual one. And then later on it changed to the cartoon. They said that what's the difference between the cartoon and the actual one? It's almost still the same. Even this cartoon can lead you to watch the actual Mr.bean. So yeah, even the cartoon, it made me to be like a role model when I maybe in 2017. Yeah, in the middle of 2017, like in July, August, September, October, then I started to get addicted to him. But in 2016 or even 14, I got addicted to the actual Mr.bean. When he went to the school, and when you see even in the audience, there are some voices that you could hear some people laughing at it. So I had so many episodes that inspired me a lot. So that is for series, and also the Swedish series that I just explained in some other episodes, in other episodes that I explained as well. So which is as for the movies, I have two main, which is Lion King. I haven't watched most of the time. Lion King, the first part, I like it. I also like Despicable Me 1 and 2, and I recently, like 2 years ago in 2024, I actually watched them in 2025 on my laptop. I didn't go to the cinema. I think one of my younger brother and my elder sister and invited me, and I rejected the invitation. I was like, no, I don't want it to be in the cinema. I feel like I didn't want it to go, so I watched them in my laptop, the whole version of the fourth series. We have like Despicable 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one which was out. So yeah, I think that's like in summary. So I think and also Lion King, the first part was like which I watched as a cartoon. I even watched that first part as like in the, how do I say, as in like the real part, you know, the actual part without the cartoon version, you know, the real version of it in the first episode. And recently, last year 2025, they came another series which was out, another movie which was out, Lion King, known as the Mufasa. I think I watched partially, not fully. I think like the 43 minutes, in the first 43 or 45 minutes I watched it. So I think that's in summary. I think I answered your question. Yes, second part will be, what music artist do you grow up on listening to? Was there like a specific music artist or Nasheed artist that you would listen so frequently, and what's the main content, or what's the main message of the song, and did it help you in that, or did you get addicted to it? Like, did you used to listen like every day, like for multiple hours? You feel like you don't want to go to others thing, you don't want to watch anything else, but you want to listen to it because it's so beautiful. His voice is so beautiful, or the instrument that's played, or how it's produced. Maybe it has a high production, a good sound effect. Or did you even think about, or did you even feel like the slow reverb is better, and you feel like listening to more than that than the actual part, or using the slow reverb? So I would like to know your opinion. Yes, there is a music artist that I used to listen frequently. I think it was in 2016, 17, mostly there. Yeah, in 2016, 17, I got addicted to one specific music artist that I frequently listen. Actually, two. One is Maher Zain, the famous Nasheed artist, as you guys know. And he released so many songs, you know, so many albums, actually 3 or 4 albums. I even got addicted to this album that released this year, called Back to You. I've seen on one of my, I have so many favorite songs. I have like a lot of him, of his songs, you know. Maher Zain, I grew up so much, you know. Even in Sweden, I used to hear some of the songs, like in 2013, 14, I used to hear many of his songs. So yeah, that was like the first. And secondly, I even grew up or listening to one of the songs, another artist that I frequently used to listen is Sami Yusuf. So I have Maher Zain and Sami Yusuf that I grew up listening to them most of the time. In 2016, 17, Sami Yusuf became like more to listen than Maher Zain. So yeah, these are the two artists that I grew up listening to, so many of them. I don't have specific favorite song to tell you, but I listen to many of their songs. I have so many famous songs of Sami Yusuf that I know, and there are so many songs that we know. It's very popular, as you know, Maher Zain. Songs like Ya Nabi Salam Alayka. We have like songs which was recently released last year, known as Qalbi fil Madinah with Haris J. And you know the viral incident that took place in front of the Masjid Nabawi, in front of the Prophet's mosque, you know. And yeah, I've seen those videos. So these are the two artists that I grew up listening. I felt like I got addicted to it. This year I listened to Maher Zain's new album known as Back to You. I listened most of their songs, you know. So yeah, that's your answer. And the third part I would like to ask you is that what sport did you enjoy? Did you grow up? Did you enjoy like mostly to watch? Is it like pro wrestling? Is it like basketball, football, or cricket, or MMA, or boxing, and all that? And was there like an artist, or was there like a specific player in that sport, whether it's pro wrestling, whether it's MMA, whether it's boxing, whether it's football, or what league or what promotion would you watch from pro wrestling or football, or what leagues you would like to watch in football, or what promotion you'd like to watch on MMA or boxing, and so forth? So was there like specific player that's like a role model to you? I would like to know your opinion. Yeah, I had a sport that I grew up. I would say firstly pro wrestling. I grew up watching TNA, and I have couple of favorites wrestlers there. One of them was Bobby Roode. Another one could be Kurt Angle. Another one could be Eric Young. And yeah, and also I even grew up watching the referees. So I have like 2 main referees that I grew up. One is Earl Hebner. The second one is Brian Hebner that I grew up. I even feel like I want to become a referee. Just this year, I said to my dad, "Can you make to the US? I want to be a referee. Whether it's in New York, I would like to go to whether the wrestling schools takes in New York or in Chicago or in LA or in Orlando or in Nashville, Tennessee, anywhere in the US. I wanted to go there. So yeah, that made me to go to the US. I feel like I want to get to the US, and I wanted to um, be a referee there, as you know. So yeah, I think that's first for the first part. Secondly, I also watched football. I played FIFA. I started to grow up watching football based on when I started to play this game known as FIFA, which you can find it in the PS PlayStation 5. I played FIFA 16, FIFA 20, and the recent one that I just played was FIFA 23. And FIFA 23 was the last FIFA. And from 24, 25, 26, they call it, I think, FC. I think that's what they call it, FC or EA FC, something like that. I don't know exactly what name, but tell me if you guys know. So yeah, I think that's when I started to grow up. I know in 2022, that's when I started to watch frequently. In 2022 and 2023, in between there, I frequently watched Premier League. I frequently watched Champions League. I frequently watched Serie A, AC Milan, and also the happiest moment Serie A was in that I even experienced was in where they celebrated was in the season 21-22. Zlatan Ibrahimović. Zlatan Ibrahimović is my favorite football player. I loved him so much. I grew up watching how many teams. I even feel like I studied his biography, his teams that he played all over the round, and that I know him that he never won the Champions League. He's the player. He scored so many goals. He's like one of the best top players. One of the best Swedish players who won most Swedish awards. Being a Swedish golden ball, I've even seen so many of them. I read like almost some of his biography. I even liked some his crazy moments, the angry moments or funny moments that I would enjoy. So I even copied even some of the exact words that he would say. I started to copy what he says. So yeah, Zlatan Ibrahimović was like, for me, it's like an idol or a role model or my favorite footballer, and it made me sad when he announced his retirement in 2023. And the best my happiest moment for me is like when when AC Milan won the Serie A, the title, Serie A, the trophy for being number one in the league. They scored the most points, as you know. So yeah, that's like football and pro wrestling was like a lot to me. As for boxing, I have no idea. I know some famous YouTubers like Adam Saleh or Slim that I know that I've seen some of their boxing matches, but I'm not a fan of boxing at all. And for MMA, not really. As for basketball, no. Or cricket, I don't watch them. MMA, I only know famous artists like famous fighters like Khabib and Conor McGregor. I only watched one their match. I like Khabib because he's a Muslim. He's a brother to me, as you know, Muslim is a brother to another Muslim. So I know also he talks about Islam and all that. So I think that answers the question. Thank you very much. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I think this might be the last video of all for the conversation series. We might add like two more or other videos depending on our ideas that we have. I just feel like now this episode 5 might be the last video, and it's gonna be finalized. The full version will be out. So when the full version is out, I'm gonna show you guys a specific playlist, how it's gonna look like, and you're gonna see the order. As you know, this series is a special series to me, and I think it's like it would be one of the most successful series, because most of this episode, the beginning of the second episode, was like a bit long, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And it's like a chapter to you. It's taking you on a journey. This might be it's not a guarantee. You might add some videos and some episodes, but this might be the last episode. Like 50% or 70% could be. We'll think about. We'll get ideas. And when this ends, we might release some additional episode on Swedish version series. You have like 3 videos of Swedish series, and we're gonna release another 2 more or 1 more, or depending on it. And for the quiz series, we might add like 1 or 2 more videos. I'll tell you how many. And once it's finalized, we're gonna have a new series that is gonna be out maybe in the future. I'll tell you what's gonna be about, maybe in August, September, somewhere there, or even next month, July. We don't know exactly. So once it's finalized, once we worked on it, I'll tell you about the new series, how it's gonna be about. So like, subscribe, and see you guys in another video.